Hello children, welcome you all to the new academic session of your 8th standard. So I wish you all the best for the good success throughout the year. Right. In physics, first lesson is measurement. As you have learned in your 6th and 7th standard, all the concepts whatever you have learned, that will be continued here with a little more deeper concepts. Come, let's move into the concepts. In this first one you have to see is about definition of physics. Before getting into the definition, first you have to know what and all you will learn in physics. Physics is about the study of nature around us, how things work around us, what is the concept behind that, what are the laws and theories behind that, all those we will see in physics. Along with that, very deeper concepts like matter, energy and the relationship between them, all those things we are going to see in physics. So, instead of getting a wider meaning of physics, let us get into the technical definition, conceptual definition of physics. There are three definitions given as per your book, so kindly note it down. It is in the first paragraph of your first lesson, right? So it is the study of, physics is the study of nature and natural things around us. Okay, this is the main definition. In 8th standard, we are going to learn this definition from physics. Right. Where and how this physics is important in our life. It is the basic for all sciences, whatever we learn in our life. Right. So it is the basic science. When compared with other subjects, you would have heard so many engineering subjects, technological subjects, right? So like electrical engineering, electronics engineering, communication, digital engineering, even your mobile technology. Behind everything, what is the basic science we have? Physics. So it is the basis for all sciences. Okay. In physics, how do we derive into the concepts? Just like that, if some scientists say, if great experimentalists say, we will not accept it. For everything we need a proof. As of physics, it is just not a word statement. Every statement, every law, every theory made in physics are made up of or proved after doing so many experiments. So experiments are the basis for physics. So what are the three concepts we have learned? It is the study of, note it down children, it is the study of nature and natural world around us, and it is the base for all sciences. And third point, it is based on experimental observations and verifications. Okay, so definition of physics ends here. Right, now, okay, we said experiments are the basis for physics. After doing the experiments, after analyzing the results, we will record it, right? And what is that process? Recording. Before recording, we will do the experiments. While doing the experiments, what do we do? Actually, we measure. What is that measurement? That is what we are going to see about the second point. What is that measurement? For example, if we are measuring a cloth, right? A cloth foot is going to be 1 meter, right? If we are going to measure it means we have an already 1 meter tape. You would have seen in textile shops and all, right? That is a known quantity, that is 1 meter. Using that known quantity, you will keep the scale and you will measure an unknown quantity which is length of the cloth. Right? So what now come to the definition of measurement? It is the process of measuring and otherwise what can we say? Finding an unknown quantity with the help of known quantity. Right? So note down the definition for measurement. Next. Okay, first we are studying about some concepts with the help of measurement. For doing the measurements, we need three factors. Right? What are those three factors? Three factors we need, it is there in your book, kindly note it down. First one is the quantity, a standard physical quantity. That in detail we are going to learn after this. Okay. First note it down. It is a standard physical quantity. Next one, we need magnitude. That is the value of that instrument. Instrument or any concept what we are going to measure. And third one is the unit, a standard unit. In that, in the second point, we said magnitude. No, that magnitude will be measured with the help of an instrument. Right? So we have three concepts. What are they? First one is a standard physical quantity. Second one is an instrument. Through that instrument, we will find the magnitude of the quantity. And then we will end with unit, a standard unit. So very important question, a short answer question. What are the three factors we need for measurement? Okay, now in these three factors, we said about magnitude and unit. On example, I will say, if we take a table and if we are going to measure a table, right? That what we are going to measure, the table's length. That what we are measuring, that length, no, that is called as quantity. The first factor, physical quantity. How do we measure that? With the help of a tape. But that is not the answer. Through that tape, what is the graduation in that tape? It will be graduated either in meter or centimeter or inches like that. That is called as unit. What we measure is quantity, how we measure is unit. Okay. Now in between that we have numbers on the scale on the tape, right? That numbers are called as magnitude. In short, we can say numerical value of a quantity. For example, we have temperature. If we have fever, you will go for a doctor to measure temperature, right? So that temperature is the quantity. What we measure? Temperature. How we measure? Using thermometer only. Using that thermometer, we will measure in for 100-degree fevers, 100-degree fevers. That number we are saying, no, that is called magnitude. Next to that number, we will write one concept. What is that? 102-degree Fahrenheit. Boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius. That after that number, after that magnitude, that after that numerical value, the concept what we write is unit. Clear, children? What are the factors? What are the factors? Number one, physical quantity. Number two, instrument to measure the magnitude, which will end with unit. Okay. So what is magnitude now? Come to say the definition. It is the numerical value of a quantity. And the concept written after that magnitude is called as unit. Clear, children? Okay, right. Now, one activity we will do. Okay, take your pouch, take a scale from it, measure the length of any of your book around you. Right? After you measure it, ask your brother or sister, whoever at home, to measure the same book using some other scale or the scale what you used. Right? Note down the value measured by each of you. After seeing that, you can compare the readings. You can find there will be a little difference. If you had measured, example only, 25.1, your brother would have measured 25.2, and the others would have measured 25. So, while measuring, everyone cannot get the same reading. There will be a minimal difference in each of the reading. That minimal difference is called as errors. This concept we will learn in detail in the forthcoming concepts. As introduction only we are going to see here. Right? So these errors are caused due to so many factors. Like it may be due to the instrument or due to the mistakes happened by us. So there are so many reasons which we will see afterwards. Right? So what is the errors? The uncertainty in the measurement is called as errors. Okay, children. So the introductory part is over, right? So shall I give the questions now? So usually, as you do in your 6th and 7th standard, have one separate notebook for this, divided into two parts. First part have it for your classwork. That is while teaching, take the notes in the first part. Second part, we have discussed the questions. I am going to give you questions now. The answers for those questions you write on the second part. Clear, children? Come on, take out the questions. Number 1, define physics. Next one, define measurement. Third question, you yourself frame it. Good. What are the 3 factors for measurement? Right, next one. This you can write as fillers. Magnitude refers, R-E-F-E-R-S, to dash of a quantity. Quantity, Q-U-A-N-T-I-T-Y. Unit refers to dash. This you can write as, don't write examples, write the meaning of unit. Okay? Right. The last question, what are errors? Okay, children, prepare the answers for these questions so that let us move into the next video without any doubt. Thank you, children. Hello, children. I hope you have seen your previous video and learned the concepts and prepared the answers for the given questions in the previous class. Yes, no? Okay, now with that knowledge, let us move into the next one. Right, in the previous class, we said about magnitude and unit. Right? What I have told about magnitude, it is the numerical value. Do you remember that? Okay. Then, now in that I had said about units. Do you remember? That units in every country around the world, we come across different values and different units. For example, in flower shop if you go, right, that flowers if we buy, we will buy in grams or kilograms, and we have that stretched flowers, right? How we will ask the flower vendor, right? How we will say? We will say, or muram poo kudunga. Like that we will ask, right? So what is that unit we will measure? Muram we say in Tamil, right? Right. Then when we go to for real estates, for lands and all we are going to buy, if you would have heard through your parents or your relatives, square feet you will see, 1200 square feet, 2400 square feet. Okay, so this is one type of measurement. Like, if take a scale, right, meter scale or tailoring tape. In one side it will be given in centimeters, the other side it will be given in inches. So there are, ultimately we are measuring length only. For measuring that same length, we are having so many different types of units. This is the status in our country. If we go for different countries, they will have their own pattern of measurement. Okay, if these scientists come and join and discuss about their measured concepts, experimental values, right, they may get into a confusion. To avoid that only, the scientists decided to have a uniform system of units. Right. Before getting into this uniform system of units, we had generally throughout the world, we had these 3 systems of units. FPS system, CGS system and MKS system. What is FPS system? Foot, pound and second. What is CGS system? Centimeter, gram and second. What is MKS system? Meter, kilogram and second. Okay, these are all units. Okay, in all these 3 units, the first one measures the base quantity length. Second one, pound, gram and kilogram measures mass. Second, it will measure time. Okay, so these are the main 3 system of units what we experience, what we use in our daily life. Of all these, I said now, no, each country will have their own pattern, and they arrived at one system of units, and that one system is called as SI system. How they met? Right? They conducted one conference. That conference name, when it was held, where it was held, all those underlined in your book. It was held in the year 1960. And right, it was held at Paris. So underline that. Name of the conference and all, it is there given in your book, in the second page. So note it down. Right? So in that, they said, in a French word, it is called System A International. So which we translate in English as, in the reverse way it has to come, International System of Units. International System of Units. This SI system normally, generally we will refer to MKS system. What is that? Meter for length, kilogram for mass, and second for time. Okay? Right. Now, this is why uniform system of units must be followed. That is what I explained just now. Just to avoid confusion. Now we have so many technological innovative communication devices over the phone. We call to the next corner of the world. But before, in the earlier days, where science used to flourish, there lack of communication will be there between scientists from one corner of the world to the other corner of the world. So to avoid that lack of communication and to maintain the uniformity in their measurements, they supported one uniform system of units, which is called as MKS. Okay, which is generally called as SI system of units. As per this SI system of units, scientists referred 7 base quantities. Whatever concepts in this world we measure under these 7 categories. In the before 10 years, only these three quantities were identified as the base quantities as a what is the predominant one. Now 7 quantities are identified as a complete set of base quantities, and we have 7 base units, and we have a symbol separately for that. Now this is very important tablet problem, children. Though you go to advanced concepts you learn in your physics, if you are not strong in this concept, you may lead to confusions. So it's very important, and how to write that units for that also we have rules. So know that the way you are writing the units and the quantities shows how you have learned to these concepts in a thorough way. Okay, come later. This may appear very simple. Just like that, oh, length means meter, mass means kilogram, just like that we can memorize and go. No, there is a way how to write it. So know that rules also, right? So what are the base quantities? Length, mass, time, temperature, electric current, amount of substance, and luminous intensity. Say the word luminous intensity, right? Okay, these 3 quantities you know already, right? Length, mass, time. This is what we said over here. Meter measures length, kilogram measures mass, second measures time. Similar for these 2 units also. First one goes for length, second one goes for mass, and third one goes for time. Okay, right. These are the symbols, these are the quantities. In the previous video itself I had told what we measure is called as quantity. And for that quantity we have symbols here. Length symbol is L, mass symbol is M, time symbol is T. Right? Okay. Now for the length, what is the unit? Meter. See, when we are writing the unit in full form, start with small letter. Right? So what is the symbol for it? M. And for mass, quantity symbol is capital M. And for kilogram, kg. While reading it, don't read it as kg. You can write like kg, but when you are reading it, read it as kilogram. Don't say kg. Right? Next, we have time. Its symbol is T. This children, sometimes you will use T, sometimes you will use capital T also. so that you will be able to differentiate as you go on with your concepts. Okay, now as of now, know it as small t. Right. Now we have second, whose symbol is small s. Right. Now next we have temperature, its symbol is capital T, and it is Kelvin. We have represented with capital K. Right. Along with Kelvin, we have two other units, Celsius and Fahrenheit. And see how I have written it. I have written with small letter k when written in full form, when written with single letter capital K. Right? So this is a rule when we write a unit named after a scientist. Kelvin was a he was a scientist, right? And Celsius also, he was also a scientist, Fahrenheit also was a scientist. So some units will be named in memory of scientists. Such units when written in full form, start with a small letter. When written with one single letter, short form symbols, then write with capital letter. And one another thing over here is, for Kelvin, we will not mark degree symbol. That one small round we are marking it here, no. That for Kelvin, you should not write it. For Celsius and Fahrenheit only, we will use that degree symbol. So this is very, very important. Right? So when you are writing this, know this also. Right? So for Kelvin, don't mark degree symbol. So we have three units. In this, Kelvin is the SI unit. So full form means small letter, short form means capital letter. Remember this. Right? Next one is electric current. What is its symbol? Capital I. Okay? Capital I. Its unit is ampere. It is also named after a scientist. His name is Henry Ampere. So first letter, small letter, symbol in capital letter A. Okay. Next we will go to amount of substance. This is a unit which you will frequently come in chemistry. So its symbol is mole. Right? So it is a general unit only. So you will start, usually you will start with small letters, and its symbol is MOL only, E won't come. Okay? So don't write MOLE here as full unit and symbol also as MOLE. Right? Next one is luminous intensity. Right? So this unit is candela. Candela. Okay? Don't read as candle. Right? Candela, and its symbol is CD. Okay, children? These are the units which you will learn in your higher classes. Right? So as of now, see, though it may appear very simple, basics, in the basics, learn it properly, so that how you write the unit, that also will count for your marks. Okay, children? So learn these 7 quantities, 7 units along with your symbols. And in your book, these symbols are not marked. Quantities symbols are not marked. Note it down that also. Right? Come on, take down the questions. What are the 3 system of units? Expanded. Okay. Next. These 2 questions I am joining here. What is the need for SI system? Next one, full ups you have. SI system stands for dash. 3 questions over. 4th question. Tabulate the base quantities and their corresponding base units with their symbols. Okay, children, get ready with your answers so that we will meet in the next class with confidence. Thank you, children.